Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, July 3, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Colorado Rockies vs Arizona Diamondbacks. Our team pick is Arizona for the win. And here is why. Arizona won for the third time in 4 games as they clobbered Colorado in the opening game of this series Friday night. The Diamondbacks entered Saturday 4th in the NL West, 13.5 games behind the Dodgers for the top spot in the division race. On Friday, Arizona jumped in front in the top of the first with a pair of runs and piled on late to earn the win. Carson Kelly, his second, David Peralta, his 10th, and Alek Thomas, his 7th, each homered in the victory for the Diamondbacks. Merrill Kelly, 7-5, earned the victory on the mound as he threw 7 innings, allowing 2 runs, 1 earned, on 5 hits with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts, before turning things over to the bullpen. Colorado lost their 2nd straight and their 7th in the last 10 games as they were knocked off in the opening game of this series Friday night. The Rockies entered Saturday last in the NL West, 15.5 games behind the Dodgers for the division lead. On Friday, Colorado finished with 6 hits, with no player recording more than 1 in the loss. Charlie Blackmon, his 13th, and Ryan McMahon, his 7th, each homered in a losing effort for the Rockies. On the mound, Antonio Senzatella, 3-5, took the loss as he allowed 3 runs on 4 hits with 1 walk and 1 strikeout over 2 innings before department with shoulder tightness and inflammation. It's currently unclear if he will be able to make his next start. Colorado's pitching staff has taken a beating in the past few days, which is going to wear on the team here. German Marquez was forced out of Wednesday's game with a cut thumb after 3.1 innings, while Senzatella made it through just a pair of frames before leaving Friday. That meant a lot of innings for the bullpen to soak up over the last couple of games. Golan struggled in his last outing against the Padres, though the Diamondbacks did manage to rally to win that contest. The Diamondbacks have won 3 of the 4 meetings between the teams this season entering Saturday, and they own an edge in the pitching matchup here, even with Cull coming off his best start of the year. Colorado's pitching woes prove to be problematic here, and that gives the Diamondbacks the advantage here. Our total pick is over 11.5 runs, and here is why. Zach Golan is one of the best pitchers on the Diamondbacks, making it easy to think that the upcoming game will be a low-scoring one. However, the Rockies are led by a remarkable lineup, and at Coors Field, both teams look to step up at the plate and drive in runs. The Diamondbacks should drive in runs with Ketelmart, Kristen Walker, and the rest of the lineup, making contact throughout the game against Chad Cull and the rest of the Rockies pitchers. The Rockies, who score 4.45 runs per game, should run up a score with C.J. Cron, Charlie Blackmon, Brendan Rodgers, and the rest of the batting order, powering the ball off of Zach Golan and the rest of the Diamondbacks pitching staff to plate base runners throughout the game. Chicago White Sox vs San Francisco Giants. Our team pick is Giants for the win. And here is why. It's been a disappointing season for the White Sox, but there have been some positives on this current road trip, including 2 straight wins in San Francisco. Gavin Sheets got Chicago on the board in Saturday's contest with a 2-run double in the 4th, before Yoan Moncada added a run-scoring single later in the inning, while some shaky Giants defense helped the White Sox play another 2 in the 6th. Dylan Cease earned another win with 5 innings of 1-run ball, allowing 4 hits and 3 walks while striking out 4. Kendall Graveman allowed a run in the 9th but was still able to pick up his 9th save. Sheets had 2 doubles, while Moncada also had a multi-hit game. The White Sox are down a fair amount on the money line with their disappointing season, while going 36-40 on the run line. Overs are 35-38-3 for the White Sox after the late run put Saturday's game over the betting total of 7.5 runs. This offense has unexpectedly struggled all year, ranking in the bottom 10 with 4.13 runs per game on a .684 ops. Chicago pitching hasn't been any better with a 4.10 collective ERA, including a mark of 4.13 from the bullpen. While still right in the middle of the NL wild card race, the Giants need to quickly get back on track as they lost for the 4th time in 5 games on Saturday. Lamont Wade Jr. got San Francisco off to a good start with a solo shot in the bottom of the first, but it didn't score again until the 8th, with Darren Ruff's RBI double, followed by a Brandon Belt run-scoring single in the 9th, eventually falling just short. Logan Webb took the loss, allowing 5 runs, 3 earned, on 6 hits and 1 walk, while striking out 5 in 6 innings. Jock Peterson had a multi-hit game including a double while scoring twice. The Giants are down a fair amount on the money line for the season, while going 37-39 on the run line. Overs are 37-35-4 for the Giants after Saturday's contest provided their first over in a span of 4 games. Offense hasn't been the problem, as the Giants are 7th in baseball, with 4.77 runs per game on a .719 team ops. The pitching staff has only been mediocre with a 3.93 collective ERA, including a mark of 3.95 from the bullpen. Peterson has been a huge addition in free agency with a .920 ops, 17 homers and 39 RBI in his first 66 games as a Giant. Evan Longoria also continues to produce at the age of 36 with an .848 ops, 8 homers in 18 games, despite missing a few weeks with injury. It's going to be a bullpen day for the Giants, with John Brebbia set to make his second career start after also opening a game against the Miami Marlins on June 3 with a scoreless inning. The 32-year-old has made 36 appearances overall, going 3-1 with a 2.70 ERA across 33.1 innings. While the Giants aren't playing well at the moment, this is still a talented roster that is bound to get back on track soon enough. Giolito hasn't looked like himself all season, and San Francisco's significantly better offense will make an important difference here. The strikeout numbers remain strong, but Giolito is having a huge down year with a 136 ERA 117 FIP, as he's giving up far more hard contact than any other point in his career. That's bad news against a Giants lineup with plenty of pop that has a 105 WRC+ for the season. Chicago meanwhile has only a 97 WRC+, as a combination of underperforming stars and injuries has led to problems all season. Neither side is trustworthy on the pitching side Sunday, so go with a better offense in the Giants. Our total pick is under the total, and here is why. The White Sox are averaging 4.13 runs per game and 4.16 runs per game on the road. They averaged 7.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Giants. With San Francisco giving up 4.28 runs per game at home, the White Sox will hit their average in this game. The Giants are averaging 4.77 runs per game and 4.67 runs per game at home. They averaged 0.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the White Sox. With Chicago giving up 3.82 runs per game on the road, the Giants won't score enough runs to push the score over the total. Los Angeles Dodgers vs San Diego Padres. Our team pick is Los Angeles Dodgers, minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. The Padres don't need me to tell them their offense must get better to topple the Dodgers and take the NL West division. They're still working on getting a healthier batting lineup, and that includes the eventual return of Fernando Tatis, but for now, the Padres have been forced into a position of doing it as they go and eking out ugly wins. The latter has been made possible due to their exceptional pitching rotation that has still found ways to excel even through the throes of adversity. The Dodgers could snuff out any hope of an upset right out of the gates if they can put runs on the board early. It's obvious San Diego is heavily dependent on their defense to keep them in games. What better way to send them into a panic mode than running up the score? The Padres aren't built to play catch-up in the present moment, and an early deficit could cause everything to unravel at Dodger Stadium. Not to take anything away from Mackenzie Gore, but his 4th of July is going to start a day early on Sunday. And it won't be a celebratory moment for the rookie big leaguer, either. Gore has a bright future ahead of him, but this is a tough spot to be in on the road against a Dodgers team averaging the most runs in the league. They're also averaging the most RBIs as well. So they aren't just slingshotting big hits over the wall. The Dodgers are consistently putting pitches in play and bringing runners across home plate. It'll be a long evening of facing that for Gore in this matchup. The Dodgers have also consistently found a way to make their offense work against a Padres team that has leaned so heavily on their defense to win games. San Diego lacks the bats in this series to survive in a firefight on the road with Clayton Kershaw on the mound. The only fire they'll see is another sizzling Kershaw performance at their expense. I'm rolling with the Dodgers in the finale. Our total pick is under the total, and here is why. The Dodgers and Padres are both elite from the mound. Mackenzie Gore is experiencing some mid-season issues, but he has been a promising development at the back of San Diego's rotation. Kershaw had issues last week in Coors, but every pitcher gets humbled at some point playing there. The Dodgers come into the final game of this series with the 3rd lowest staff ERA, while allowing the 2nd fewest runs per game. They have allowed the 2nd fewest free passes and only 69 home runs on the year, 5th. The Padres are also top 5 in ERA and WHIP and should be able to limit the damage in this one. This looks like a low-scoring game dominated by each club's starting pitcher and bullpen. Seattle Mariners vs Oakland Athletics, our team pick is Mariners for the win. And here is why. The A's came into this series trying to just stay above water in a season that started with a trading away of 2/5 seconds of the team's formidable starting 5 from last season. The A's also traded away an all-star third baseman and spent the better part of the season without a key power bat in their lineup due to suspension. As a result, the A's find themselves well out of the race in the AL West and losers of 7-0 F10 heading into Thursday's series opener. Oakland dropped the opener to make it 4 straight losses before bouncing back with a win on Friday night. On Saturday, Oakland's bullpen couldn't make a 1-0 lead holdup, allowing a pinch homer in the 8th and a walk-off single in the 9th for a 2-1 loss. Oakland's bats were held to just 4 hits and struck out 11 times. The Mariners continue to try to battle through the fallout of several key suspensions of everyday players, stemming from last Sunday's brawl following an HBP against the Angels. Starting SSJP Crawford had his suspension reduced from 5 games to 4 games and is serving it in this series and will miss all 4 games. Jesse Winker and Julio Rodriguez have yet to serve their suspensions, 7 games and 2 games respectively, but will likely start after Crawford returns. All this has made the offense even more vulnerable with the team's best hitter this season, 1B Ty France, still on the injured list with an elbow issue. The Mariners split the first 2 games of the series heading into Saturday's matchup. On Saturday afternoon, the Mariners rallied for a dramatic 2-1 come-from-behind win thanks to a pinch homer by Justin Upton in the 8th, followed by a walk-off single from Abraham Toro in the 9th. Simply put, given the stakes, this is a more critical game for the Mariners, and Ray is the hotter pitcher. Ray has struck out 24 batters in his last 3 games and pitched through the 7th inning in 2 of the 3 starts. Seattle has also won 4 out of Ray's last 5 starts as he has continued to pitch deep into games and give his team a shot. Montes has been very good as well, but Oakland's porous offense has not been able to support the hard-throwing righty. Oakland has lost 4 out of Montes' last 5 starts and has scored a total of 5 runs in the 4 losses. Look for Montes to keep the game close, but the Mariners will do enough to earn the win. Our total pick is under 7.5 runs, and here is why. This is a low total, and it's easy to think the upcoming game will be a high-scoring one with both lineups stepping up. However, both teams are turning to 2 of the best starting pitchers who look to control this game from the first pitch. The Mariners should limit an A's lineup that is only scoring 3.20 runs per game, with Robbie Ray building off a month where he only allowed 10 runs in the last 6 starts and pitching multiple scoreless innings in the upcoming game. The A's should eliminate and potentially shut out the Mariners with Frankie Montes pitching multiple scoreless innings and allowing weak contact off the bat throughout the game. Philadelphia Phillies vs St. Louis Cardinals. Our team pick is St. Louis Cardinals plus 1.5 runs. And here is why. The St. Louis Cardinals have started this 2022 regular season exactly how they would have liked. They are currently in second place in the NL Central and only 2.0 games behind the Brewers. At the plate, the Cardinals are scoring 4.76 runs per game and hitting .254 as a team. This is the 8th most runs scored per game and the 5th highest overall team batting average. They have also realized that they have multiple men in their batting order that can change the game with one swing of the bat. The Cardinals are averaging 1.07 home runs per game, which is the 16th highest average in the league. St. Louis can score multiple different ways, and they have shown that they can consistently reach base safely. I also expect the Cardinals to stay aggressive once they have reached base. They have already stolen 57 bases this season, which is the 3rd most in the league. The Cardinals will attempt to move their base runners into scoring position as quickly as they can, as they have confidence in all of their hitters to drive in runs. Watch for Paul Goldschmidt at the plate. He has been a spark plug for the Cardinals all season, as he has already hit 19 home runs and driven in 65 more. The St. Louis Cardinals have started this 2022 regular season exactly how they would have liked. They are currently in second place in the NL Central and only 2.0 games behind the Brewers. At the plate, the Cardinals are scoring 4.76 runs per game and hitting .254 as a team. This is the 8th most runs scored per game and the 5th highest overall team batting average. They have also realized that they have multiple men in their batting order that can change the game with one swing of the bat. The Cardinals are averaging 1.07 home runs per game, which is the 16th highest average in the league. St. Louis can score multiple different ways, and they have shown that they can consistently reach base safely. I also expect the Cardinals to stay aggressive once they have reached base. They have already stolen 57 bases this season, which is the 3rd most in the league. The Cardinals will attempt to move their base runners into scoring position as quickly as they can, as they have confidence in all of their hitters to drive in runs. Watch for Paul Goldschmidt at the plate. He has been the spark plug for the Cardinals all season, as he has already hit 19 home runs and driven in 65 more. I will be riding with the away team in this matchup. I also see this game being very close, as they both have one of their best guys on the mound. I am going to trust Wainwright in this situation, though. He currently has a 3.07 ERA, and he looked great in his last start. He pitched for 7.0 innings and didn't allow any earned runs. The Phillies are going to struggle at the plate, and the Cardinals will be able to keep this game close. The Cardinals have also been pretty impressive at the plate this season. They are scoring the 8th most runs per game, and they have the 5th highest overall team batting average. They will consistently reach base against the Phillies and continue to score runs throughout this game. In the field, St. Louis has also been solid. They are allowing the 10th least amount of runs per game, as they are tough to score on. The Cardinals will have too much juice at the plate, and the Phillies won't be able to pull away. I would also sprinkle Cardinals money line if you felt bold. Our total pick is over 7.5 runs.